Ever had a great idea? Maybe in a meeting, a class project, or a debate with a friend that sounded brilliant in your head, but the second it left your mouth, it completely flopped. Or on the flip side, ever listened to someone who spoke with total confidence, used big words, sounded super persuasive, only to realize 5 minutes later that what they actually said made zero sense? We tend to treat critical thinking and communication like two different subjects in school. Critical thinking is the brain stuff, analyzing data, spotting flaws, solving problems. Communication is the social stuff, speaking clearly, writing well, presenting. Here's the catch: they are actually two sides of the same coin. Critical thinking without good communication is silent, and communication without critical thinking is just noise. Think of critical thinking as your mental filter. It's what stops you from taking every headline at face value or jumping to quick conclusions. When you evaluate a situation, you're asking three core questions. What's the actual evidence here? What assumptions am I making? What am I missing? Without this engine running in the background, your communication will naturally default to hot takes, gut reactions, or half-baked arguments. You might sound passionate, but you won't be convincing. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Communicating is actually the ultimate stress test for your critical thinking. Have you ever tried to explain a complex topic to a 10-year-old? Or summarize a 50-page report into a 3-bullet email? The moment you try to put a thought into words, whether in speech or writing, you force your brain to organize it. If your thought process has gaps, your communication will stumble. If your logic is circular, your explanation will feel messy. Clear writing and speaking aren't just display tools for finished thoughts, they are the tools you use to think clearly in the first place. As the saying goes, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. So, how do we bridge the gap in our everyday lives? It comes down to a simple two-step feedback loop. Before you speak or write, run your idea through a critical thinking audit. Ask yourself, what's the main point, and why should anyone believe it? While you communicate, listen just as critically as you speak. Pay attention to how people react, where they get confused, or what questions they ask. That feedback tells you exactly where your logic needs sharpening. In a world full of fast opinions and loud voices, the people who stand out aren't just the ones who speak up. They're the ones who think critically before they speak and communicate clearly when they do. Thanks for tuning in. Now go test out an idea today.